All right, today we're jumping into a real classic, one of Ernest Hemingway's most powerful and honestly, most debated short stories. We're talking about The Short, Happy Life of Francis Macomber. It's this incredible tale about a man who finds his courage, only to have it all snatched away in the very next breath.
So, picture this. You're out on the plains of Africa, right? The sun is just beating down. It's a high-stakes, big-game safari. But here's the thing. This story isn't really about hunting animals. No, you quickly realize the real prey here are the people. They're locked in this incredibly tense, psychological drama full of power plays, shame, and raw desire.
And that really gets to the heart of it, right? The central, just gut-wrenching question this story asks. It's all about courage, who has control, and how terrifyingly fast a life can be completely transformed and then just end.
Okay, so to really get what happens next, you gotta meet the main characters. There are only 3 of them, but man, they are caught in this toxic triangle that is just waiting to explode.
So first up, you've got Francis Macomber. He's the client, rich American guy, but he's totally paralyzed by his own fear. Then we have his wife, Margot. She's stunningly beautiful, but her tongue is sharp and she uses it like a weapon. And finally, stuck right in the middle is Robert Wilson. He's the professional hunter. The strong, silent type who's seen it all and isn't scared of anything. You put these 3 together, well, you've got a recipe for absolute disaster.
Now, the story doesn't start with a big explosion. Instead, it starts with the quiet, simmering shame after one. See, Francis has just completely failed this big test of his manhood. And trust me, everyone knows it.
The day was supposed to be all about hunting a lion. The classic safari challenge. But things go wrong. They wound the lion, but it gets away, disappearing into the tall grass. Now comes the hard part, the most dangerous part. Someone has to go in there, on foot, and finish it. And right here, this is the moment where all of Francis Macomber's courage just vanishes.
And get this, that quote? Those are his words. It's not the narrator telling us this. It's Macomber himself admitting it. He's confessing his own cowardice. He's faced with this hidden danger, and he doesn't just freeze up. He literally turns and runs. Bolts. You can just feel the shame coming off the page.
Meanwhile, you've got Robert Wilson, the pro. What does he do? He just stands his ground, cool as a cucumber, and takes down the charging lion like it's just another day at the office. He does the job his client couldn't. And for Margot, his wife, this public humiliation is all the ammunition she needs. She doesn't just feel contempt. She wears it for everyone to see.
And this is just brutal. It's not some subtle little jab, oh no. It is a full-blown, calculated act of humiliation, right out in the open. She leans over and kisses Wilson, the brave man, the man her husband failed to be, right on the mouth just to twist the knife in the most painful way she can.
And believe me, it doesn't stop there. That night, Francis is lying awake in his cot and he realizes his wife isn't in the tent. He knows exactly where she is. She's gone over to Wilson's tent. His cowardice cost him everything. The final price tag? His wife's very public infidelity. An act that just cements his shame.
But here's where the story takes a wild turn. It doesn't just end with Francis wallowing in shame. The very next day brings a new hunt, and with it, well, one of the most shocking and sudden character transformations you'll ever read.
This time, the target is Cape Buffalo, and they're hunting them from a speeding car, just racing across the plains. It's chaotic, it's thrilling, it's super dangerous. And somewhere in all that raw adrenaline and chaos, something just clicks inside Francis Macomber. The fear that defined him, it just starts to melt away.
I mean, you see this change happen right before your eyes. The chase itself seems to light a fire in him. He's firing his rifle, but he's not scared anymore. He's absolutely exhilarated. For the very first time, he feels this incredible sense of power. And when it's all over, he says it himself. He feels absolutely different. The fear is totally gone. All that's left is this solid, unshakable confidence.
So, just like that, the man who ran from the lion like a scared rabbit, he's gone. Poof. In his place stands a completely new man, someone who has finally found himself. He's not the victim anymore. He's not cowering from his wife's cruelty. He is fearless. And for the first time in what feels like forever, he is in control.
And you know who notices this change more than anyone? His wife, Margot. She takes one look at this new man, and that smug look of contempt she always wears just vanishes. And it's replaced with something totally different: fear. A quiet, real fear. Because in that moment, the entire power dynamic of their marriage has just flipped on its head, and she is absolutely terrified.
So Macomber is reborn. He's finally become the man he was always meant to be. He's happy. But remember the title of the story? The Short, Happy Life? Yeah, Hemingway gives us a pretty big, chilling clue that this isn't going to last long.
And wouldn't you know it, the whole situation basically repeats itself. It's like a mirror of the lion hunt. They've got another wounded animal, a buffalo this time, that has disappeared into the brush. It's the ultimate test, right? A total do-over of his big failure. Except this time, the man facing that danger is a completely different person.
Okay, let's just walk through these last chaotic seconds. The wounded bull comes charging out of the thicket. But Francis, he doesn't run. Not this time. He stands his ground, totally fearless. He calmly brings the rifle up to his shoulder, lining up the perfect shot, and then bam! A different rifle shot cracks through the air. It came from the car, where Margot is. And in an instant, Francis Macomber falls to the ground, dead, shot in the head.
So in a split second, Macomber's greatest moment of triumph becomes his ultimate tragedy. His happy life literally lasted maybe a couple of hours. And the story ends by leaving us with this huge, chilling question mark hanging in the air.
And let's be crystal clear about one thing. There is zero doubt where that fatal bullet came from. It was fired from Margot Macomber's rifle. Period.
So Margot is there, weeping over her husband's body, and Wilson walks up and delivers this line that is just ice cold. He doesn't try to comfort her. He doesn't say, oh, it was an accident. Instead, he basically accuses her of murder, even suggesting she should have used poison like they do back in England. It's this unbelievably brutal accusation hidden inside a cynical little remark.
And that is the brilliant, haunting question Hemingway leaves you with. So what do you think? Was it a terrible, tragic accident? Was she just a terrified wife trying to save her husband? Or was it murder? Did Margot pull that trigger at the precise moment she saw a new man standing there? A man she could no longer control? A man who was no longer afraid of her? And realized her power over him was gone for good? Hemingway never tells us, and that's what makes the story so unforgettable.